My greatest fear, ever going back down that road again. It was so scary.
My greatest fear is probably going back to how I was.
I fear being alone for the rest of my life. I fear being a nobody for the rest of my life.
I never want to go back there again.
Failing, probably, yeah, failing. Because I've come this far and I don't want to fail.
I suppose setting goals and failing them is fearful around that, you know, because I've failed in trying to get clean for a long time.
I suppose it's always been underachieving or not achieving at all.
Being alone. I get scared of succeeding.
Letting people down, I think, for me. All the faith and support that people had given me, for me to go back and use now, I'd be letting all them people down.
I wanted to end it all. You know, I really did want to die. I did do a couple of overdoses because I was in that much of a mess and I felt that bad. And I let everybody down. People was trying to help me, and to be honest, I wasn't having it, I wasn't accepting it.
I was married, had a daughter, had what you would call quite a nice life. And it just spiralled from once a month to once a week to a couple of times a week to every day, really. Using at work, cocaine, using at home, my wife and my little girl. Using back at my parents' house when I ended up back there after getting divorced.
I was drunk every day, not knowing what I was doing. One of my youngest son, the ones that stayed with me all the time, he actually found me outside, drunk as a skunk, shouting, "Where's the party? Where's the party? I want to go to the party." Yeah, it's just so bad when I was drinking. I'm the one that came first. Me, very selfish.
It's like, I don't think I was ever in reality. I was just, and you don't realise that. It's like talking to the wall. You know, you think everybody else is against you and it's everybody else's problem. You know, I'm still getting up to work, I'm still looking after my children, and it's not when the realisation hits you that, no, you're not. Not that I wasn't a good person, but who I'd become wasn't a nice person.
I think a couple of family members have said to me that they're actually expecting a phone call to tell them that I've died because of the way I was drinking. I was getting injured all the time through drink. And yeah, it became a regular occurrence, that, and two different relatives told me they were expecting a phone call about me. And that wasn't easy to hear.
I was drinking a lot of alcohol just to block everything out. I didn't like being in reality, you know, I just tried to block things out.
I don't know, I found it enjoyable. It was a way of connecting to other people, made me more confident. Over time it just became a daily thing. It's just part of my life. To drink constantly every day, to escape whatever feeling I had.
It just started spiralling out of control. I ended up losing everything. Lost my girlfriend, lost a number of jobs, on the verge of getting kicked out of my house. And I went to fellowship for a number of years trying to find recovery there. But I couldn't get it, or should I say I probably wasn't ready for it, and it had to take me to a point where I had an internal breakdown of where I'm willing to try anything and everything to get recovery.
I don't know, I was going through a phase at the end, like the last 2 years, where I was wanting to get off the drugs. So I was sort of self-harming. I started self-harming, and I couldn't understand I didn't know what addiction was. And I didn't understand why I used, I don't know why I used. All I knew was I don't want to do this. But I'd be crying, go to my drug dealers, don't do it. Crying in tears, think about your daughter, think about the people that you're hurting. As soon as I got to my dealer's house, I was just like, wow. Instant relief. I'm away from life. I'm away from feelings, and that was it.
But I felt so low and depressed. I just felt like I was a nobody. And I needed the help, which I managed to get.
My biggest crutch was alcohol, so I'd use that to suppress my feelings and emotions that I weren't happy dealing with from my past life, you know, when I was growing up and stuff like that. So that's what got me to here. When I hit rock bottom and then finally went into the doctors and cried and said, you know, I can't do this no more. I really needed help, and that was a tough thing.
Intense, uncomfortable, but if you engage in it and you're open and you're honest, then you start feeling the benefits of it.
Simon and Glenn, like I say, at first, they are scary guys. And at first, I didn't like them at all. But as you go through the course, you get to realise, well, they're there to help you.
It's not for the faint-hearted. I know a lot of people haven't made it through the programme, but it's definitely beneficial. It gets you thinking out of your own mindset. It's very intense, and it makes you connect a lot more with these emotions and feelings that you've been suppressing for so long.
Obviously, when you first start Deap, you don't know what's going to happen. It is a shock, a big shock. You have to get really deep down into your feelings and find out and let go of what's holding it there, which I found quite hard to do.
When you come in, obviously, you're quite self-obsessed. You know, it's all about what happened to me, and, you know, very much in victim mode. And I think Deap makes you look at, you know, you've made these choices. So you might have had things that have impacted on your life, but, you know, you're the one who put the drug or the drink into you. Look what you've done to other people.
Well, to start with, it is really daunting for anybody to go through that. Like the first week, I think for me was the most difficult. But after the first week, getting to know people and getting to know the counsellor and everyone in this building, it just started to feel normal after a couple of weeks.
I'd say Deap is the best thing I've ever done. It's helped me in so many ways. I opened up about a lot of things I've never opened up about before, and a lot of things that had hurt me in the past.
Yeah, it's really hard, really hard. It takes a lot out of you, but the rewards more than make up for it.
I don't even know how to describe it. It takes you to get vulnerable, so it's scary in that situation to let go and give everything to that group and have trust into that group. But yeah, it's done amazing things anyway. It's given me a new frame of mind.
I can see the benefits of it now. When I was in it, I called out Steve, I called everyone in the group, I called Anthony Pollock, I called Pete Taylor, I called everyone. It was everyone else's fault, they're awfully. If you knew what I'd been through, the usual stuff, but now I can see, and I'm not just saying this, but even now that I've finished Deap, I still ring up Steve for advice, and I trust him with my life.
Yeah, I've been holding on to something for a few weeks in there, something I was a bit ashamed of sharing, I'd held on to for a while, I'd not really told anyone. And about 4 or 5 weeks in, I shared it, and it was a huge relief, you know, to get it out. And since then I found engaging and just talking a lot easier. You know, holding on to that was difficult, because I felt like it was holding me back in there the first few weeks. Since then, being pushed by the council to do so as well, it's been freeing.
And then he has to write a letter to my wife Leslie, who died 10 years ago. But I had to write a letter to her and then read it out in the group. That really sticks in my mind because the letter written to Leslie was telling them how much I love her and how much I'm sorry I let her down in life. And I wish she was here now with me to share the happiness now with the grandchildren. That sticks in my mind, and that upset me when I read it out. But I felt better, and I felt relieved when I did do that. Much, much better.
The toe tag exercise where they give you a picture and it's got your name on it and your next of kin, and it's as if you've died from your addiction, and that really, really hit home. I had to write a eulogy, so I did one from my mum and what she would say, and also my girlfriend, my partner, Catherine. And that was, yeah, pretty upsetting. Thinking, you know, if I carried on doing what I was doing, how would they feel having to bury their son or their loved one? And that was, yeah.
I think it was reading the letters out to my sons that really got me. It was apologising for things what I'd done and hoping that we'd be able to see each other and get in contact again, even if it's not straight away.
Probably my life story, what I did, that really showed a lot of things in my life, what I've done. Yeah, well, I just looked at my life and I just thought, God, I'm wild. That's what I thought. It's just been like thing after thing, and a lot of bad relationships, bad choices. I liked going for bad boys that had been in prison and stuff like that, and I just felt comfortable with them really because they was drinking too. But obviously I didn't feel comfortable with the domestic violence, but that was going on a lot. I just thought, at that time in my life, I just thought I was worthless, to be honest. I just got used to that pattern, if you know what I mean. Yeah, it was really hard. I'd say the life story. I was still in victim mode. I still, you know, didn't bring to group how much my using had impacted on people in my life. It was very much on what had been done to me in my relationship with my ex-partner. And I still had so much resentment towards him. And I think when I read that out, I realised the resentment's only keeping me unwell. Rather than why focus all my energy on that when I can focus on what matters and what's important, which is my children and my family.
I think probably doing my life story, that was an eye-opener. Not just with my life story, because I've spoke about things in Deap that I've not mentioned to anyone else before. I just knew I had to be totally open and honest from day one, and I went into a lot of things I didn't want to have to face about my sexual past, and about my promiscuity. That was a big part of my life, and a big part of me taking drugs as well. It just felt like a relief actually saying it and not being judged by anyone for saying it.
Brought up a lot of things from my childhood that I didn't want to talk about, that I was uncomfortable with, things that I've sat on for 32 years. Some parts of it where my mental health was playing up and stuff like that, and I have to start seeing a psychiatrist, which thanks to Acorn and Steve, they've set all that up for me to set me up for the future. Nowhere near done yet, even though I'm volunteering, I'm doing everything else. It's brought up all these other things that I now know that's what I need to deal with to go on further on in life and be happy for once.
I think it was in either the second or third week that a counsellor called Tam from Stockport stood in for Steve while he was on holiday. And it was basically about, because I'm in a treatment house at the moment, it's just about people's bickering and arguing and stuff and all the rest of it, and how I was taking it on basically, and I was getting annoyed by it and frustrated and whatever, which normally is my trigger to go to for let's have a drink. And he said, well, Well, first of all, he said, what, you're in a household of addicts and you find it difficult? So I was like, oh, yeah. And then he goes, well, instead of looking at other people's behaviours and taking that in and letting it affect you, why don't you use that as tools to guide you on how to behave around certain people?
I'd say connecting within the group and giving each other's feedback and just listening and helping each other. It's wonderful, and it's nice to see the people grow within the room who you've come through Deap with. So yeah, it's in that respect, it's amazing. Yeah.
I would say I've got faith now. I've got faith in the process of recovery. I couldn't do it on my own. Coming into treatment and being around fellowship and stuff like that has given me faith that I can recover and go back into society again and be a good, you know, active member again. Be a father and be a partner and be a son.
Well, to be honest, the most important thing I have learned out of everything and Deap and everything is to be honest and to be truthful. Because when you're honest, you've not got to worry about anything. You know, you're not lying, you're truthful. So I think honesty is the main thing I've learned.
Being connected to your emotions and being okay with that. You know, it's like coming to this interview today or this film, it was like, whoa, what's going to be expected? Or what we're going to do? And that's all right, because I don't know what's going to happen. So for me, it's being happy with not knowing, but then not going back in my head going, oh, well, I'll look on camera. They might not like me. So just tell my ego to stay at the door and I'll go.
That I have got confidence inside me somewhere and I can do these things. I think I've managed to grab back a bit of self-respect coming out of Deap, knowing I can stay clean and knowing I can achieve things, and for the first time in a long time felt optimistic about the future.
The drink and the drugs isn't the problem, and it's me, and it's my way of thinking, and I have to be very careful in day-to-day life and what choices that I make, and that, you know, there might be things in your life that's impacted on you, but it's me that's chose to make those. So, you know, don't blame others. You know, it lies with yourself. No matter what action you take, it's down to yourself.
Respect. Like, I just had no respect for anyone, except, like, I didn't even have respect for myself. And I put myself in my family's shoes, do you know what I mean? And the worry that they must have went through, like, is horrendous, you know, like, I've just caused them so much worry, and I'm just so glad that I got the chance to be on Deap. I've just learned so much through the whole process. It's been good. But it's been really hard too.
Yeah.
It has, it's been really hard.
It's a bit of a cliche, but just take things easy. Not easy, not so much easy, but take things as they come and just enjoy life.
Being in contact with my emotions and knowing it's all right to feel, to cry, to actually voice what's going on in your head. I suppose, I don't know, as a male, the old that society puts on you, you're not allowed to feel or express the way you feel a certain way because it's looked down on, like crying, or, you know, you're told to be a man, aren't you? So it's enabled me to be in touch with my emotions and know that it's okay to feel a certain way.
Well, what's guided me is being healthy, not drinking, living my life again, not disappointing my children, the grandchildren, and I'm just so happy now. I feel stupidly happy.
The most important thing for me now is I know it's not all about me. That's one thing I've learned from Deap. Not everything's about me, not everything revolves around me. I can be there for my friends, I can be there for my family, I can be a dad to my daughter. And I feel like I've been given another chance at life, and I want to now help other people on that journey as well.
Hello, Mum. You know I'm not great at stuff like this, but I just wanted to take this opportunity to say I love you more than anything. I hope you're proud of what I'm doing. I know I've let you down a little bit the last few years and stuff, but I'm putting absolutely everything into getting well, and I want to be a son again, a reliable son who can be trusted.
First of all, I'd like to apologise to my mum and my dad, my stepmum Lorraine, and my stepdad Rob, for especially mum and dad, for what I didn't realise I was putting you through. But I also want to thank you for everything you've done. Everything, especially in the last few years.
Hi, Mum. I love you very much. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for sticking around and believing in me. And like you said the other day, you knew you'd get me back, and I love you very much to the moon and back.
I'd like to say a big sorry to my mum and my dad and my brother for messing everything up through the years, and I want to say thank you for always being there, even at my hardest times. You've never give up on me, and it means so much, and I hope I can make you proud in the future.
I'd also like to thank my mum, my dad, my sister, my good friend Ben, and also Rita, for just the constant support and love and never giving up on me. Always there for me, never put me out. That love's unmeasurable, even amongst my friends as well as my family. So thank you very much.
I'd like to say a special thank you to my daughter Rachel, who I love so much, and I know she loves me to bits. I want to thank her especially for everything and for standing by me.
Hello, Brian. I'd just like to say how pleased I am that you're my son. I want to thank you for everything you've done for me, and I know you'll always be there with you and your partner and your family. Just give me all the help that you have.
I also want to thank my mum and my dad for never giving up on me and always being a support. They've always been there. And my children for keeping me going and giving me a reason to keep going. So yeah, thank you.
To Danielle, I know I'm your older brother, probably maybe not been as good a role model as I should have been the last few years, but I do love you more than anything.
And I also like to thank my sister Tony, who had to drive me to meetings just to get me there and getting me dressed, which took her, I was told, 3 hours. She's always been there on the end of the phone for me when I needed her.
And the brother-in-law and sister-in-law, Sandra and John, who will be here today all the way from Llandudno. I want to give them a special thank you. And my best mate, John, who's here today.
Joe, Jake, Lucy, Sophie, Amelia, Domenico, Zilio. A lot of people lose their families in addiction, and you've stuck by me, and it means a lot. So, thank you.
I just want to say to all the people I met on Deap to crack on and carry on with what you're doing, because I've grown to really care about you all, and everyone at Phoenix Mill who's just been an absolute rock.
I just want to thank Simon, my counsellor. He helped me a lot. When I initially started, I was quite defensive with him, but he's helped me immensely, and he'll be someone I'll always remember in my life.
I'd like to thank Pete Taylor massively for giving me a lifeline, and also for Steve Cross for teaching me so much about myself and giving me a brand new awareness of addiction.
And Steve, I couldn't have got through this without you. You've been like a guru, but you've been so supportive and so encouraging, and that's just been totally invaluable to me, and I don't think I'll ever be able to thank you enough for that, but thank you.
Yeah, I'm sorry to all the people that I've hurt, all my loved ones. Sorry to my mate Perry, of a godfather to his son. I've never been there for him when he's had his own personal things going on. My mate Chris, sorry for what I've done to him, same thing again, never been there for him, stole off him.
And I'm dead chuffed today as well that my nephew Alan, who did this course 2 years ago, is here today to support me. And as soon as I finished my course, he rang me up and said to me how proud he is of me. And I'm dead proud of Alan. He's my nephew and I love him to bits.
I also thank these people. I thank Steve, I thank Chris, Perry, my brother, sister-in-law, standing by me and helping me get through everything and being there for me, even though I've not deserved it. It really means a lot to me.
To my little girl as well, Brooke. She's my little princess and I love you more than anything. Daddy's gonna come back and be there for you again forever, as long as I keep doing what I'm doing.
To my girlfriend Kathy, it's the same. You've been the backbone of my life for quite some time. I'm sorry for all the hurt that I've caused you in the past. I am willing to change for you. I love you very, very much from the bottom of my heart. And thank you for coming to my graduation. All right.
And lastly, I want to apologise to Maya. Sorry for everything that I've done to you. And I promise you I will be a better dad. And I will be there for you. And I do love you with all my heart.
When I was a child, I'd sit for hours staring into open flame. Something